Guys, this is Ashley back with another podcast episode. We got a lot to discuss. And the first topic is how Champagne Thickums successfully played chess with Nickiminaj and SZA. So it was revealed that Champagne Thickums has a new collaboration with SZA, which I will be doing a review on, okay? And I think a few months ago, he announced that he has Nicki Minaj on his album For All the Dogs, okay? And also, we're going to talk about how he also sabotaged Doja Cat again, okay? We're going to get into that too. Now, SZA and Champagne Thickums have history, so I'm not really shocked about the collaboration. And I'm actually looking forward to doing my review because I think SZA and Champagne Thickums both make hits. Now, before y'all ask, I know y'all wondering, well, Ashley, didn't you say that, Champagne Thickums only work with women that he smashed? And yes, he does. And he smashed SZA back in 2008, which he already revealed in a record. Okay, he said that he used to date SZA back in 2008 in a song he did last year. I don't remember if I listened to that song, but it's out there. And, this was before SZA's face and body surgery. Okay, this is before both SZA and Champagne Thickums lipo surgery. See, they have a special bond because they both were able to change their face and body over the years thanks to their plastic surgeon, and now they're back together in a new form, okay? SZA, to me, she definitely has gotten face surgery. I don't care what nobody says, but, here's her old face, here's her new face, and it ain't just makeup, okay? And Champagne Thickums, he got lipo and a BBL, and allegedly he referred SZA to his surgeon. So they have a special kind of bond because they're not the same people they were when they dated. Literally, they're literally two different people. Okay, they don't look the same. And I feel like he is using SZA because, she is hot right now. SOS to me was the album of the year in 2022. Even 2023 is still one of the best albums out. And he didn't want to do music with SZA or write with SZA because SZA was a writer before she became a full-fledged musician. He didn't even really want to work with SZA until she got hot, even though he was smashing. Because if you guys remember, she wrote for Rihanna Consideration. She wrote that record. Okay, Rihanna can't write. She just takes people's writing credits. But he also played with Nicki Minaj. I feel like he purposely announced that he had a collaboration with Nicki Minaj, which people have been begging him to release, and he hasn't pushed it as a single. He's pushing the one with SZA. That's going to get a lot of radio play. But he's using Nicki Minaj for the barbs so that they can tune in to his new album. And to be quite honest, Champagne Thickums has been a little bit cold, so I can understand why he's using Nicki Minaj and SZA. But I think he purposely announced that Nicki was going to be on his album so the barbs could tune in. And you may be wondering, well, doesn't Champagne Thickums have a big fan base? Why would he need to use Nicki Minaj? Because the hype has died down. What is Champagne Thickums' last hit record, solo hit record? I'm not talking about the 21 Average records, the Travis Scott records. I'm talking about his last solo hit record. What was his last? Super Freaky Girl. Okay, God's Plan. He hasn't had a solo hit in a long time. Okay, it's been like since God's Plan or Kiki Do Love Me. It's been a while for Champagne Thickums if you really dissect and look at it. And so because Nicki, she makes noise, I feel like he purposely announced that he would be working with Nicki so the Barbs can tune in and the Barbs can support the single without him pushing it. He don't gotta push it because the Barbs will, and he's using SZA because SZA's hot. Now, as for the record, Slime You Out by Champagne Thickums and SZA, first of all, the song did not need to be 5 minutes, okay? To me, SZA's verse was better than Champagne Thickums. I think that he just added SZA to the song because he wants it to chart. To me, the song is okay. It's really not that great. I was expecting, SZA to sing and Champagne Thickums to rap. I know he does sing, and he can sing okay. He's not that great of a singer, but he can sing okay. I just wasn't really impressed with the song in general. Okay? I just thought it was kind of mediocre, like most of Champagne Thickums' recent music. But I think that Nicki Minaj and SZA would sound better together. Okay? Nicki and SZA got to do a collaboration together. They really do. They've never worked together. And I think that, it's time for them to get on a record together now. Some people say that will never happen because SZA is Team Cardi. She's Team Cardi, and allegedly Cardi B and SZA are working together. So, if Nicki works with SZA, people will say that she's copying Cardi B, but Cardi B's whole career has copied Nicki Minaj, okay? And nobody even remembers the SZA and Cardi B collaboration. I definitely don't. No shade. Now, Doja Cat was, sabotaged again by Champagne Thickums because they're both releasing singles, but he dropped after Doja Cat, okay? And that was a strategic move. As we know, he's also dropping an album, 922, with Doja because he is upset at Doja, and I already talked about, the reason why he's secretly beefing with Doja Cat. But Doja Cat subliminally takes more shots at the female rappers. First, her introduction to her new single, LATT0. She samples Ric Flair, and in the sample, he says, "Remember this, girls. None of you could be first, but all of you can be next." Okay? And I feel like that's a subliminal shot at like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, saying that you guys will never be first as long as I'm here. But you can be next to me, like you can be after me. That's how I feel like Doja Cat subliminally is. Like, she's secretly competing with these girls. How does that shady to the critics? You gonna blame the critics? Oh, that was shade to the critics. How? Doesn't make any sense. Then she said, "Ride a coattail. This isn't my fourth male." To me, she's admitting that she rides Nicki Minaj's coattail. And this is her fourth album coming out. So this is not her first time doing it. This isn't my fourth male. That's what I feel like she's trying to say. Like, I do be riding Nicki Minaj's coattail. Then she talks about substances again. She said, is it coke? Is it crack? Is it meth? Okay, that's what she said. So clearly, I feel like that's directed at somebody. I don't feel like it's directed at the quote unquote critics. Okay, but let me know what you guys think. Then she said, what the F do she do? She put out them hits, okay? She said, I'm the ish, you piece of ish. You a real needed bitch. She said, I'm competing, you're incompetent, okay? She said, you're fleeting because you can't copy this, copy that. I think that she's, again, secretly admitting that she's in competition with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, okay? That's who she's competing against, and they can't copy the stuff that she does because she's too dark. Megan Thee Stallion wouldn't be able to get away with being super demonic like Doja, okay? And Criminal B, I don't think anybody would care, okay? So let me know how you guys feel about that. Then she said, every B-word here is a copycat. Oh, she calling out Scratch Off, Cardi B, all of them. She said, copy the greats. That's my number one strategy. But beware that you can't copy stats. Ooh! okay, so she's admitting that she copies Nicki Minaj. I've been telling you she be copying Nicki Minaj since she came out mainstream. I told y'all she be copying Nicki Minaj. Y'all did not want to believe me. She says she can copy the greats, but they cannot copy her stats. Wow. She just admitted it. Go look up the lyrics. I'm serious. Doja Cat is being very petty. How is that a shot at the critics? Can the kitty litters please come to the front of the congregation? How is her copying the greats and admitting to it a shot at the critics? I'll wait. Yeah, exactly. Y'all ain't got one for that one. Y'all ain't got no excuses. I'm sure Doja Badu will be online in 2.2 seconds. I'm not taking shots at anybody. I just, diss them in records and hide my hand. Okay? That's one thing I don't respect about Doja Cat. You gotta stand on what you say. Can't talk shit in records and then be like, I'm not dissing anybody, when you clearly are. Okay? Stand on what you say. Stop being scary. You look scary, but stop being scary on the inside. Just look scary on the outside like you usually do. Now, moving on to Criminal B. There has been some, speculation between her fans that she is possibly going through a hate train. They feel like she is not getting the same love that she got back in 2018. Let me know how you guys feel about that. To me, I don't think Cardi B has a hate train. I think that, Cardi B was sheltered her whole career. When she first got in the game, nobody could say anything negative about Cardi B. And then on top of that, she's very sensitive. She doesn't have thick skin. And I think that her desire in life is to be liked by everybody, but that's unrealistic. Especially when you have, tweets of calling black women roaches and monkeys and wishing death on people who would like you organically. And you're not that talented, okay? So, I don't really understand why she's upset that people are not going to de-suck her anymore. It's not 2018. You're going through your realistic era, okay? This is the realistic train. It's not the hate train for Cardi B. It's the realistic train. People are being real with you. And you just can't stand it, okay? But that is not my problem. You need to come back to reality. And I just don't think music is really your thing. I think that you should try doing OnlyFans like you were doing before, or go back on reality TV. Maybe you could replace Erica Mena. She got fired. They probably need another racist Latina on the show for viewership.
Guys, I want to say to Barty Gang,
you would be the number one
thank
candidate.
You very much for.
Now, another thing we got to discuss is Cardi B is also being desperate again, and she is dragging Tasha K's husband to court to examine the couple's bank statements, okay? So let me know how you guys feel about that. Here's my thing. Cardi B, the money has already been removed from all of their accounts. You're wasting your time, and you don't deserve $4 million, like I said before. I think that she's desperate, probably owed Titanic Records some money, and she clearly can't do no tour by herself. She would have done a tour if she could do a tour like Queen B and the Chart Obsessed Racists and SEXÍREDD and, Nicki. She can't do no tour. So what does she do? She stay in court trying to sue somebody, okay? That's the easiest way she gets money. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I really don't feel bad for Cardi B. I think it's well deserved. Now, Cardi B also claps back at fans, accusing her of not writing. She was going back and forth with a fan, because that's usually what Cardi B does. She said, I started music before love and hip hop. Don't believe that. She said, I wrote about my struggles in life as a dancer. Struggles of what? Giving men substances so you can rob them? What struggles? I'm very confused. And then she said, go listen to the mixtapes. No, I'll pass. She said, I went to school for musical theater and technology. She said, I went to school for musical theater and technology. Oh my goodness. She is so delusional. When did she ever go to school for musical theater? When? Oh my goodness, she want to be Nicki so bad. Oh, it's so sad. It's sick. Just because somebody might help me with a hook means nothing. Look at all your favorite artists' credits. They all do receive some type of help. Yeah, well, Cardi B, you receive help for everything, okay? Not just hooks, for writing your bars, for rearranging your face, okay? For your music videos, for everything. You're not creative, is basically your whole team. No shade. Now, SEXÍREDD also released a new song called Hellcats, with Lil Durk. And I'm like, SEXÍREDD talk about the same thing in every record. It's always about her coochie. Okay? She act like she got knocked up by a billionaire. You got knocked up by somebody in jail. That coochie not that great. Just shut up. I'm tired of you talking about your coochie. I'm pretty sure it's not that great. Nobody's wifing you unless you paying them. Okay? You're just too ghetto, too obnoxious. And you got a jailbird of a baby daddy already. Okay? I need you to stop talking about your coochie. Every single song she put out, she talking about her coochie. And the only reason why Lil Durk and Champagne Thickums are riding her wave is because she got a buzz right now. But to me personally, I don't feel like she's that talented. But let me know how you guys feel about it. She lucky that Nicki gave her that cosign, because now everybody want to work with her. Everybody want to hop on the SEXÍREDD train. And she don't have the talent. People need to focus on DOJA. DOJA deserves the shine that SEXÍREDD is getting. Yes, she talk about sex too, but she's not as obnoxious. Okay, in my opinion, she's not as obnoxious. I'm really, 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 really sick and tired of SEXÍREDD. And also, JP Morgan execs, okay, estimate that up to 10% of all streams on Payola Fire are fake, according to the Financial Times. Which is not shocked. I believe that majority of the fake streams belong to Doja Lamar, Doja Badu, Doja the Demon Cat. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, I'm wondering, for somebody that does 1 billion streams here, 1 billion streams there, breaks all these records on Payola, how comes none of her albums that she ever put out sold over 100K? The Planet Her album was so successful, yet she didn't get a number 1. Her album didn't sell over 100K. In pure sales, I think it did 8,000. That is terrible for somebody that's always breaking records. She only got 1 hit on this album. Everything else kind of flopped. Where's Demons? Nobody wants to talk about Demons after she put playlisting a music video out. It was so demonic. And she performed at the Video Music Awards. So it's like now we're trying to forget about this song. Interesting. Okay? And I think that people don't really respect Doja Cat as a lyricist. To me, she's still not a lyricist. Because at the end of the day, one quality you have to be, if you want to be a lyricist, is to not be scary. See, she looks scary. She looks very demonic and scary. But on the inside, she's a wimp. Because when she did somebody, she always backtracks. I don't respect that. Okay, so you will never be as good as the greats. When Lil Kim Ghostwriter was taking shots at Eve and Foxy, Lil Kim didn't backtrack. When Nicki was going up against Kim, she didn't backtrack. When she go up against Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, when she throws shots, she don't backtrack. Doja Cat, every time she throws a shot, she backtracks. So I can't respect you as a lyricist. You might as well stop taking shots if you're going to be scary on the outside and a wimp on the inside. We don't respect wimps. If you say something, stand on what you say. That's all I got to say about that. But this is probably most of Doja Cat streams. Maybe Champagne Thickums too. Anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. I will see you guys in the next video, next podcast episode, and have a great day.